Royals in shock. Princess Anne shades Andrew, praises King Charles's bold move. Behind palace walls, where titles and tradition reign, a quiet storm is brewing. And at the center of it all, Princess Anne, the no-nonsense, duty-driven royal who's never chased the spotlight, but always commanded respect. Now she's speaking volumes without saying much, making her position clear in a way that only the Princess Royal can. It all began in the wake of a deeply tragic incident. A horrific event during a parade shook the nation, demanding more than just thoughts and prayers. It needed presence, poise, and empathy. And that's exactly what Princess Anne delivered. While some royals might fall in such moments, Anne stepped forward visiting the Royal Liverpool University Hospital. There she met with victims and first responders, showing not just solidarity, but strength. The kind of strength that doesn't need cameras or press releases. Just action. Quiet, firm, and deeply human. It wasn't just a visit. It was a statement. Without uttering a single controversial word, she outshone many of her contemporaries, especially those known more for scandal than service. Yes, we're talking about Prince Andrew. As Anne walked hospital corridors offering her comfort and thanks, comparisons quickly surfaced. Royal insiders and commentators were quick to recall Prince Andrew's infamous visit to Lockerbie in 1988 after the Pan Am Flight 103 bombing. While representing the late Queen Elizabeth, Andrew reportedly made comments so tone-deaf, they've been seared into public memory ever since. Statistically, something like this had to happen sometime, he reportedly said, as if death, grief, and destruction were mere numbers on a chart. And then came the follow-up. It only affects the community in a small way. That wasn't just a misstep. It was a slap in the face to those mourning loved ones, to the town shattered by one of the UK's deadliest acts of terror. Royal experts didn't hold back. One even said, dripping with sarcasm, surely a great loss to the diplomatic corps. And that sting hasn't dulled over time. Instead, it serves as a painful reminder of how important it is for royals to show up and to show heart. That's why Anne's recent visit has drawn so much praise. Her tone, her posture, her presence, all of it radiated dignity. She didn't offer empty platitudes. She didn't grandstand. She listened. She thanked the emergency workers. She acknowledged their courage. She saw them. Really saw them. Buckingham Palace issued a formal statement noting Anne's desire to extend her heartfelt condolences to victims and her respect to emergency responders. But it was her actions that said the most. Anne met paramedics, nurses, police officers, heroes who'd run into chaos. And she didn't just pose for photos. She spoke with them, honored them, validated their trauma. It's something you can't fake. Royal watchers couldn't help but notice the contrast. Anne, known for her tireless work ethic and blunt candor, managed to handle a heart-wrenching situation with both grace and impact, all while staying out of the limelight. All while upholding the kind of quiet professionalism the monarchy desperately needs. And perhaps that's why some are calling her visit a subtle but powerful message to King Charles. Because this isn't just about doing the right thing. It's about drawing a line. King Charles has, over time, tried to slowly distance the monarchy from Prince Andrew, stripping him of royal duties, nudging him out of the public eye. But some say it hasn't been enough. Not fast enough. Not strong enough. That's where Anne comes in. Her actions at Liverpool weren't just compassionate. They were symbolic. A reminder of what royal duty should look like, what leadership should feel like, and how out of touch some royals have become. Some royal commentators have even suggested that Anne's composed presence stood in direct contrast to Andrew's chaotic legacy. It's as if she's saying, "This is how it's done." And quietly the public agrees. Comments praising her empathy and work ethic have flooded social media. Even typically cynical royal critics had little to say, because Anne gave them nothing to attack. Only a model to admire. Meanwhile, whispers around Andrew continue. His attempts to cling to what's left of his royal identity have only deepened the divide. With daughters Beatrice and Eugenie slowly re-emerging in public roles, there's tension. Is the family hoping to rehabilitate its image through them? Is that wise? Princess Anne seems to think not. While she hasn't spoken publicly about Andrew, her consistent actions speak louder than palace briefings ever could. By showing up, by staying focused, by doing the work. And perhaps that's why insiders say King Charles is quietly leaning more and more on his sister. Because she gets it. She's never made headlines for scandal. She's never demanded center stage. But when it matters most, she's there. As the monarchy faces modern pressures, shifting public perception, and the ever-looming shadow of controversy, figures like Princess Anne are invaluable. She doesn't just carry on tradition, she modernizes it through integrity, not reinvention, through example, not spectacle. And maybe, just maybe, her understated power is exactly what the royal family needs right now. So as King Charles makes bold decisions about the future of the crown, one thing is clear. Anne's influence is growing. And in a palace that's seen its fair share of chaos, that's a welcome change. Now the question falls to you. Should Princess Anne's example be the blueprint for future royals? Or will her quiet strength continue to stand in contrast to a royal house still struggling with its image? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned, because this royal story, it's far from over.